Today, we're diving into a single powerful idea from Akshara Brahma Yoga. It's a principle so profound, it suggests that the entire course of our existence could be shaped by the focus of our mind in its very final moments. So let's unpack what that means for how we live right now. Let's just start with a thought experiment. If your life was a book, what would its final sentence be? Take a second and really think about that. This isn't just some poetic exercise. It actually gets right to the heart of what we're exploring today. You see, according to this ancient wisdom, that final sentence, that final thought, it's not really an ending. It's a transition, and it's believed to hold the ultimate power in deciding what comes next for the soul. Now, to really understand why one single moment could have so much weight, we kind of have to zoom out and look at the big picture, the eternal realities this whole philosophy is built on. The source here is Akshara Brahma Yoga, which you can basically translate as the path of the eternal, unchanging reality. Its whole focus is on helping us see the difference between what's permanent, the soul, and what's temporary and always changing, which is pretty much everything else. At its heart are these three core beliefs you see here. First, that the soul is eternal. It exists beyond our concept of time and space. And this is the crucial part. It's completely separate from our temporary physical body. Really getting that distinction is the key to everything that follows. Okay, so that foundation brings us directly to the core principle of this teaching. You could call it the law of final thought. In the source material, the figure of Krishna gives us a single, incredibly powerful rule that's said to govern the soul's journey at the very moment of death. It's so simple, but its implications are absolutely massive. And here it is. Whatever state of being one remembers at the time of death, that state they attain. Just let that sink in for a second. It's saying that the state of your consciousness, your singular focus in that last instant, is literally what you become. To put it as simply as possible, your final focus defines your destination. In this philosophy, it's not necessarily the sum of a lifetime of good or bad deeds that matters most, but the singular quality of your mind at that one critical moment of transition. And this, of course, leads to a very big, very practical question, right? If that one moment is so incredibly important, how on earth do you prepare for it? It's not like you can just schedule it in your calendar. And the answer is actually pretty amazing. It isn't about preparing for death. It's about preparing for life. The philosophy gives us a toolkit for how to live consciously every single day, and that's the real preparation. This comparison just lays it out perfectly. On one side, you've got the scattered mind, constantly tossed around on the waves of daily worries, distractions, and drama. But on the other, you have the anchored mind. It's steady. Not because the ocean is calm, but because it's tied to something deep and unchanging, an internal devotion, a real purpose. The practice isn't for the last day of your life. It's for every day. So how do we actually build that anchor? Well, it's a three-part process. First, you have to consciously shape your focus. Treat your attention like it's the most valuable thing you have. Then, from there, you build daily habits, things like meditation, prayer, or even just moments of gratitude that reinforce that focus. And finally, you use that focus and those habits to find your anchor, to ground your life in something eternal, like love or truth or service, instead of just chasing temporary goals. So what does this all lead to? What's the ultimate takeaway here? It's all about this idea of forging your own eternal anchor. The real goal isn't to obsess over the end. It's to live so consciously, so intentionally, that having a focused mind just becomes your default state. It's a habit. The aim is to be so steady in your daily life that even in an unpredictable final moment, your mind naturally finds its way to a place of peace. And that leaves all of us with one final, very personal question. This isn't about tomorrow or some far-off day. It's about right now. What anchor are you building today?